Okay, welcome. Let's start the discussion of this year's CLAT paper. The section is quantitative technique, which was conducted on 28th September, right? So the ideal attempt in this section is 6 to 7, 8 questions because given uh, there are 5 questions which were wrong. But first set was very easy. Second set a little bit of calculation, but you can pick 1 or 2, 3 questions from that also. And so ideal attempt of this section, quantitative technique section is CLAT into 20 paper. That is, I would say 7 to 8 question, and some best attempt is 10. You can do all the 10 questions in 15 to 20 minutes. You can do that. Okay. Now let's discuss the set. This is given. The following data presents the cases of Japanese encephalitis in 5 states of India, right? Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh. The data is given. Total number of cases from these 5 states and number of persons affected by Japanese encephalitis in thousand. And these values are given in thousand, in terms of thousand, right? Now, male female ratio is given, so values are easily divisible. As you can see, Odisha, the total number of cases is 57,000 and the male female ratio is 12:7. We can easily divide it, uh, 57 in the ratio of 12:7, and when we divide this in 12:7, that is 19 part we have to divide 57, we have to divide it to 19 parts. One part will be 3, so 12 part will be 36. So number of males will be 36. I am writing it here in bracket so that we can use it in our further calculation, right? 36 and number of females, 7 3s are 21. They will be 21,000. In West Bengal, total number of cases 45,000. And if total number of cases 45,000, male female ratio is 6:3. So we have to divide this 45 into total 9 parts. One part will be equal to 5, 6 part you can say that is equal to 30. It is 30,000. This is 15,000. Now 5:7, you have to divide 21 into 5:2. So 5:2, sorry. So total 7 parts we have to divide. One part is equal to 3. So 5 part will be 15 and 2 part will be 6. So number of male cases from Chhattisgarh is 15,000. Number of female cases from Chhattisgarh is 6,000. Now, Jharkhand, total 29 divided 15 into ratio 14, 15,000 number of total number of male cases from Jharkhand and 14,000 total number of female cases. Jharkhand, similarly, from Andhra, 7,000 and 6,000. So these are the number of cases of male and females, state-wise. Now, the first question is asking, now we don't need this table. I am going to hide it so that we get the space to solve it, okay? Let's solve it. Okay. Now the first question is asking number of females affected by Japanese encephalitis in West Bengal. West Bengal Japanese encephalitis females are 15,000. So West Bengal number of females, that is 15,000. Is what percentage up to 1 decimal more or less than that of females affected in Odisha? So Odisha number of females, we can see here in Odisha the number of females affected, that is 21,000. Question is asking this 15,000 is how much percent more or less than the females affected from Odisha. As you can see, this is 6 less than 21, so 6 upon 21 into 100. If you calculate it, you will get 28.56%. Minus sign suggested our answer will be 28.56% less. As you can see, the option is A. Okay, so the first question was very easy. You can easily attempt it and solve it. Okay, now the next question, what is the average number of males affected by Japanese encephalitis in all the 5 states? Average number of males, total number of states given, that is 5, right? And total number of males given, that states given is 5. From Odisha, the number of in all the 5 states. Okay, from Odisha, the number of males is 36. In West Bengal, the number of males 30. From Chhattisgarh, number of males 15. From Jharkhand, number of males 15. From Andhra Pradesh, number of males is 7. These values are in thousand, and we get the sum that is 103. So required average will be 103, but this value is in thousand, so divided by 5, if you calculate this easily, you can calculate 20,600. Answer will be D option. So this is easy one. You must not leave this set. You should not leave this set. This is easy one. You can pick the question, easy calculation, easy values. Okay, the next one, let's do the next question, question number 138. If the total number of males affected by Japanese encephalitis in other states are 87% more than the average number of males in Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. So let's solve this. Here, first we have to calculate the average of the number of males for the mentioned 5 states, 4 states. That is the from Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. Right. So as you can see the table, the number of males we have already calculated. From Odisha, the number of males is 36,000. From West Bengal, it is 30,000. From Chhattisgarh, that is 15,000. From Jharkhand, that is 15,000. So 36, 30, 15, and 15. So total number of males from these states, if you calculate the 96. Average from these states, that is 96 upon 4, that is 24. But these are the 96,000 from these 4 states, right? And this is 24. Now, question is asking from other states. From other states, the number of male cases are 87% more than this average. 87% more than the 24. So, from other states, the number of males. From other states, the number of males will be. Let's take. I'm taking it 87.5% to ease my calculation. 24 is the average, and from of these 4 states, and from other states, the number of male cases should be more than 87.5%. Why? Because this is 7 by 8. I recall this value. 24 is divisible by 8. 87 approx fraction that will be 87.5%. It will be easy calculation. So now the value I will get, if I increase this 24 by 7 by 8, I will get 7 plus 8, 15 by 8, and I will get that is 45,000. 45,000 is the number of male cases from other states. Now, what the question is asking, the total number of males affected in India. So, total number of males affected in India, we have to calculate, we have to first take the number of males affected from these 4 states, which was mentioned in the question: Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. That is 96,000, right? And the number of males we have calculated from other state, that is 45,000. So if I take the total, that is equal to 1,41,000. But I have taken this value as 87.5%. In the question, the actual value was 87%. I took 87.5% to ease my calculation to do the approximation. So my answer should be slightly less than 1,41,000. So our answer will be, if you can see, that is B option, 1,40,880. That will be our answer. So that's how you can use your approximation technique to find out the answer. You don't need to easily calculate it the whole. Otherwise, you can also do that, take 100%, that is first increase by 100%, double it, then decrease by 13%, 10% you can calculate, that is 2.4, 30% you can calculate, that is 7.2. If you decrease, you can also calculate it like that. But this will be better. Okay, my next question is, by what percentage is the average of males in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Andhra Pradesh together more or less than the average of females in West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha? So, see, we have to take the average of males from 3 states and average of females from 3 states. And if we want to take the average of 3 states for male and average of 3 states of for females, and we have to do the percentage calculation. So what is the best way? We don't calculate the average, because whatever the percentage change, required percentage will come on total. That will be the percentage change uh, will be on the average. Why? Because the number of states, that is 3, and that is same for both the values. So better way to solve it, let's take the total of number of males from Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh. So total number of males from these 3 states, mentioned these 3 states, Chhattisgarh, that is 15, and Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh. Jharkhand is 15 and Andhra Pradesh is 7. If you see, that is 37 is the total number of 37,000 total number of males from these 3 states. And number of females from mentioned these 3 states, mentioned 3 states, that is West Bengal, Jharkhand and Odisha. West Bengal, that is number of females 15,000, Jharkhand 14,000 and Odisha 21,000. So 15, 14 and 21. If you take the average, that is 50,000. So 50,000 females were infected from West Bengal, Jharkhand and Odisha, and 37,000 males affected from Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Andhra. Question is asking the average of this 37 is what percentage less than the average of this. So what we have to calculate, whatever the percentage comes on total value, that will be the required percentage change on average also, because three states are same. So just calculate the percentage change here. This is 13 less over 50. So 13 upon 50 into 100, 26% less. That will be our answer. So option C, that is the answer of this question. Okay, the last question of this set, what is the percentage up to 1 decimal of females affected by Japanese encephalitis of the total affected population across 5 states? So first, let's calculate the total affected population. The total affected population, if you want to calculate affected population from these 5 states, just add these values 57, 45, 21, 29 and 13. And you will get 165, 1,65,000. And total females affected, total females, for total females affected, we have to add these values. And if you add these values, 26 plus 15 plus 21, that is 62,000. So 62,000 is the total number of females affected, and total population affected is 1,65,000. Required percentage, our answer will be 62,000 out of 1,65,000 into 100. Just use the approximation technique, right? And you can easily eliminate option A and C because the value is 1/3 more. And there are two options, 36.7%, 37.6%. Easy way to calculate 10%, 40% and subtracted 3%, you will get the answer. This is approximately 37.6% and the answer is given in the answer key, that is correct. That is the option, 37.6%. So this was an easy set. You can do all the 5 questions and see if you leave the whole DI set, right, what is the problem? You have to compensate those 5, 6, 7 marks in other sections, and it will be an extra burden, right? So we must, it will take hardly 2 to 3 minutes to read the set and see there are 3 sets asked in DI or asked in quantitative technique. You can easily solve the 5 questions. So minimum, I would say, if you are targeting any college, whatever the difficulty level of other sections, but these 5 questions must be attempted, right? So that's my feedback about these 5 questions. Let's discuss the next set, which was on the same theme, which was mensuration theme, which they have released in the sample paper, right? Carpenter set, if you remember this, the theme was same. Here, let's discuss the second set. Okay, the second set, this was a little bit calculative, but 2 or 3 questions are doable, not very much calculation. Just you have to focus on one thing. that some values are given in inches and some values are given in feet, right? And we know that 1 feet, right? 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. Keep this in mind. Okay. Now, question is saying a room having the dimension and mentioned in the chart below has a table, a bed, and a chair. A table, a bed, and chair. And there are 3 books which kept on the table, right? And also a lamp having radius of 3.5 inch. Now, on the basis of information given below, answer the question. First question is saying what would be the area of the room which is not covered by any object as mentioned above. So what we have to do here in this question, we have to first calculate the area of room. Out of the area of room, I have to subtract the area of bed, only area. We don't need to calculate the volume here. Bed, table, and chair. We have to do this. So the area of room, as you can see, length is 18 feet and breadth is 12 feet. So area of room is 18 into 12, 18 into 12, and the area of bed 3.5 into 6, 3.5, length is 3.5 and breadth is 6 minus area of table, that is 3 into 4, and chair, that is 2 into 2.5. So 18 into 12, that is 216 minus 3.5 into 6, it means 7 threes are 21 minus 12 minus 5. And if you calculate this 17 and 21, that is 17 and 21, that is 38, and if you calculate, it will give you 178 square feet. So answer of this question is B option. This is a easy one. Normal calculation, you just have to calculate the area in terms of rectangle length into breadth, and this is a easy one. You must attempt, you should attempt this question, right? Now let's discuss the next one. What is the next question? Next question is saying, what is the area of table which is uncovered by any of the objects? So now what we have to do for this question, first we have to calculate the area of table. And out of the tables area, from the tables area, first we have to subtract the books because books were on the 3 books were kept on the table. So area of 3 books we have to subtract, and area of 1 lamp, 1 lamp. And when you subtract these areas, you will get the area uncovered on the table. So, but keep this in mind, some values are given in feet and some values are given in inches. So what is important thing, let's convert each and every value in the inches because options are given in inches. So you can see here the area of table, that is 3 feet into 4 feet, but we have to convert it into the inches. So 3 into 12 into 4 into 12 because 1 feet 12 inches minus 3 books. The area of 1 book is 12 inches into 6 inches. So 12 into 6 into 3 minus 1 lamp post, and the lamp, because it is circular, so area we will take pi r square, where pi is 22 by 7, radius of lamp post is 3.5. You can calculate these values, right? This is, I'm seeing this is 12 square 1728 minus this is 18 into 12 216, and you can calculate this value, and after calculating this value you will get the answer. I'm leaving it over to you, and we can easily eliminate the option. See, this will come in decimal, right? Because this will come in decimal, and if this will come in decimal, so definitely D and A cannot be our answer. First of all, 1728, if you subtract 216, your answer should be around 1500, but the 1617 cannot be your answer, right? So B is eliminated. You don't need to calculate the whole calculation. The answer will be C because the answer will come in decimal because of this, right? And so I have eliminated option A and D. Now we have to select from B and D, and we can see here if you subtract simply 216 from 1728, your answer will be 1500 something. So B is not possible. Now if you subtract something from 1500 something, your answer will be should be less than. Only one option is there. You don't need to calculate the whole, you don't need to do the whole calculation here, okay? Now the next one. So this is the easiest one of this set. Question number 143. How many tables are required to cover the floor surface of the room completely? So what we have to do here, we will take the area of room and we will divide it by the area of one table. That's how we can calculate the total number of tables which can be accommodated in the room surface, right? So as you can see, the area of room is 18 feet into 12 feet, length into breadth 18 into 12, right? No need to calculate it here. And the area of one table is 3 into 4. Area of room is, area of one table is 3 into 4. So 3 feet into 4 feet, area of one table is 12. So simply we have to put a 18 table. Now you can see, apart from those 5 questions, first 5 questions, this was the easiest one. You don't need to use pen to solve this, right? So after this, question number 144, the next one, let's solve the next one. And 144, if the entire room is to be filled by books having same dimension is lying on the table, then how many books are required? So what we have to calculate here, here we have to apply the formula of volume. First of all, we will take the volume of the entire room and I will calculate the volume of one book. If I divide the volume of entire room, I'm going to write it down here, volume of room, right? Volume of room divided by volume of one book. We can calculate the total number of books which can be kept in the entire room, right? So volume of room, but keep in mind the values are given, some values are given in feet and some values are given in inches. So the value of the volume of room will be 18 feet into 12 feet into height is 12 feet. This is the volume, but I want to convert it into inches. So 12, we have to multiply it by 12 cube divided by the volume of one book, that is 12-inch length, breadth is 6 inch and height is 3 inch. So if I divide it by this, I will get uh, 12 to the power 4. 12 to the power 4, that is 144 square. 144 square, I know the value. You can calculate it. 144 square, there are a lot of funda to calculate the square, that is 20,736. So answer of this question will be B option. This is the easy. Right. Now, let's solve the next question. Question number 145. How many chairs can be put inside the room so as to cover the entire floor area of the room? Now, uh, we have to just see to cover the floor area. We don't need to calculate the volume here. We have to calculate only area. We have to solve it only on the area, right? So what we are going to do to calculate the number, as we did in the last to last question, I will take the area of room, right, and divide it by the area of one chair. As you can see, area of room is 18 into 12 and area of one chair, that is 2 into 2.5. Okay, so if you calculate this, you will get the number. Now, you can see here that is the value of 216 upon 5, that is 43.2. 43.2, it means maximum you can put 43 chairs. That's it. So this is the easy one. 10 questions you must solve from the quantitative technique section. As you have seen the solution. No very, not a very complex questions, not a very complex set. First 5 are easier, second 5, 2 or 3 questions you can do in 12 to 15 minutes. Now let's come to the third set where that was wrong in terms of options and all. So I'm going to tell you the funda how to solve that set, right? Because options, you will not see the correct options given because of they have done the silly mistake. They have uh, given you the wrong option choices. So, but let's understand how we have to approach that set and what the biggest mistakes some students have done in that set. Okay. So let's see the last set and let's discuss what is the problem in this set. right? Uh, I don't know why they are doing this, but in sample questions, they have given sometimes wrong questions in quantitative technique section, and this was also a blunder. But let's see how we will approach this set. In the given below, a boat is tied to a pole at point A, which is the center of the semicircular plot. So this is a plot, semicircular plot. This is the total plot. The area of the plot is equal to its perimeter, right? So if boat is tied here, if boat is tied here, so these are the radius, this is the radius, this is the radius, and this will be also radius. So value of this will be R, and R. This will be the value, right? If I take the radius as R, right? Uh, Question is asking BO is the length of the rope. BO is the length of the rope. Okay. The length of the rope is, what is the length of the rope? Now question is saying the area of this plot is equal to the perimeter of this plot. So area is equal to perimeter in terms of absolute value, not in units, because the unit of perimeter will be in centimeter or meter, and the value of area will be centimeter square or meter square, unit square. So area will be half of the area of circle, that is pi r square by 2, right? And when you have to calculate the perimeter, and this is a semicircular plot, so to calculate the perimeter, first you have to take the arc length of AC, that is half of the circumference. Half of the circumference will be 2 pi r by 2, that is equal to pi r, plus you have to take the diameter also, right? Because this is also the part of the circular plot. So this you have to calculate. This length plus this length, right? So diameter, you have to add this also. So diameter, that is AC, and the value of AC will be 2r. Now, if you calculate this, if I take r common from here, it will be pi plus 2, and this is pi r square by 2. And if I take this r cancelled, and here r will be equal to 2 by pi into pi plus 2. It means that is 2 plus 4 by 5. As you can see, no option is there. 2 plus 4 by 5. Right. So that's why this set is wrong. The options are incorrect, but this will be the radius, and you can take the approximate value of r, that is equal to 2 plus 4 upon 3.14, and if you take, you will get 2 plus, this is 1 point something, I am getting 3.27 approx. Right. So this will be the radius. Now you can solve the other questions on the basis of this, but you will not find the correct answer, correct option choices for this set. So this should be left if you have started solving this set and you have got this option, but you're not getting the answer match. So better way to leave this set, right? Don't get twisted. What people commit mistake here, if their option is not matching, they sometimes they do the guesswork, right? Uh, that is a bad thing. You don't do the guesswork. I've already told you the classroom times and all, never ever mark answer if you think this is 50% chances it can be correct. Never ever mark questions, mark answer in maths and DI, because the accuracy is the key point, right? If your accuracy is good, this is, see, you know, in national level exams, 1 marks can give you another college, a better college. There can be a lot of ranks between 1 mark, right? In a gap of 1 mark. So never try to attempt. If you are not finding the correct answer, don't try to solve it. Just leave the set. Okay. Now the next question is the area of the plot. Now you can calculate it pi r square by 2, but you will not get the correct answer because radius is given in options is wrong. It is given in option wrong. Now the question number 148, if a triangle is created by joining points ABC, what will be the length of AB? Right. So I'm going to tell you how to solve this, right? Okay, what should be approach to solve this? Let's say this is A, B, C. So first of all, the angle made on a semicircle is always 90 degree, right? So area of this triangle, you can say half of AB into BC, that is equal to half of base into height. We can say this is R, and this is R. So I can represent it by half of AB into C because this is 90 degree, and half of base into height. If I take this as a height, right? Because this is height. So half of 2R into R, and you can solve using this. Right? You can calculate the value of AB. Okay. And the next question is, if what will be the area of triangle ABC? We know the value of R, we can calculate the area of triangle ABC, right? But unfortunately, the value of R was not correct in the question, right? What will be the perimeter of the triangle ABC? We have calculated the value of AB, we know the value of AC, and we know the value of BC. We can easily calculate it, right? Provided if, see, if options were correct, if this set was not run. So what I have found, in given 15 to 20 minutes, a student can score 10 to 12 marks minimum. He can do that, right? But this set was wrong, so I would say you must cut your time here. You can spend 12 to 15 minutes here, and in this section, the doable attempt, that is 8 to 10. 8 to 10, but minimum 5. So not a very difficult, maths was not a very difficult. I would say the math section was moderate to difficult, right? Conceptual questions, but you must not say that math was not doable, right? DI section, quantitative technique section was not doable. That is not true. I would say 8 to 10 questions you can easily do. Good attempt is 7 to 8 without making any silly mistake, and the best attempt is 10. You can do that. Okay, so that's it. That's it from the quantitative technique section.